All right, let's get this show started.
Being an MMA/UFC fan is about to get a lot more affordable. Paramount has just announced the total cost to watch every UFC event next year, and it's actually cheaper than buying a single pay-per-view in 2025. In 2025, fans would have needed to spend $1,167 to watch every pay-per-view. In contrast, a Paramount Plus subscription will cost just $59.99 and includes every UFC marquee numbered event, 13 in 2026, UFC Fight Night events, 30 in 2026, a new season of The Ultimate Fighter, a new season of Dana White's Contender Series, a growing archive of iconic UFC fights, programs, and moments from across the organization's history, plus hit Paramount Plus originals like Landman and School Spirits. Jake Paul scored a massive payday against Anthony Joshua. Despite suffering a TKO loss that left his jaw broken in 2 places, fans were curious about how much Paul earned. Multiple reports reveal a staggering $92 million payout.
I thought I would win against Anthony, but here I am with a broken jaw, learning the hard way. I'll heal, and I'll be back.
Breaking it down, Paul earned roughly $93,000 per second in the ring. That's $5.58 million per minute and about $15.3 million per round. In any era of boxing, those numbers would be jaw-dropping. In defeat, they feel almost surreal. When a fan on X asked if he would let someone break his jaw for $92 million, Paul's answer was simple: yes. According to reports, Anthony Joshua earned the same amount, as the total purse of $184 million was split evenly between the 2 fighters. Israel Adesanya believes Anthony Joshua deliberately carried Jake Paul to the 6th round. Adesanya shared his live reaction to the fight on his YouTube channel, where he questioned whether the bout was staged and suggested that Joshua may have held back from knocking Paul out earlier.
That's it. Hey, oh! This kid crazy. Oh! Well, second one in this round. It's 3 knockdown. I think that's it. 7, that's 8, 9, 10. Well, good ending to the fight. Congrats. Hey, congrats.
I miss sports.
What the f? Oh well, honest thoughts on the fight. I feel like AJ carried Jake Paul to the 6th round. I know my IC and I understand fighting. But this is, I guess, the best result, or the most realistic result, I guess.
Tom Aspinall also shared his thoughts on the Joshua versus Paul fight. In a recent YouTube video, Aspinall, who has plans to transition to boxing after his MMA career, said he was unimpressed by the bout and that the outcome was largely what he expected.
Would you want to see something like that again? No. I mean, it wasn't much fun. It was all right. It was pretty much what I thought was going to happen. I didn't think that Jake Paul's going to stand and bang with him early. That would be just suicide. So what he did was try and be on his bike. But you can't do that all night. At some point, you're going to have to trade a little bit. And he did, and he got knocked out.
Brendan Schaub has stepped in to defend Jake Paul following his loss to Anthony Joshua. After the defeat, many critics slammed Paul for his performance, claiming he spent much of the fight trying to survive rather than compete. Schaub, however, came to Jake's defense, highlighting that in the past 5 years, no one has done more to make boxing relevant than Paul himself.
Here's the one thing nobody realizes about Jake Paul. Say what you want about him when it comes to fighting and last night's Anthony Joshua fight. I have some questions too. That's all fine and dandy. The Mike Tyson fight, all that, I get that. But the one thing nobody realizes is no one's done more for the sport of boxing than Jake Paul in the last 15 years. Not even remotely close. Say what you want about him. I get the criticisms. I get the questions about the fights. I get all that. But who's been more important to the sport of boxing than Jake Paul? I'll go. I'll wait, go. Who? Who's made boxing more relevant, especially currently? The younger generation, they're not following boxing. They can't even name 5 freaking boxers, but they know Jake Paul. What other mainstream main event boxer could get Netflix to commit to a deal like this? There's nobody. So say what you want about Jake Paul, but there's been nobody more important to boxing than Jake Paul. Despite whatever criticism you want to give him, he's the most important thing in boxing today. Sorry.
Andrew Tate's return to combat sports did not go as planned. On Saturday night, Tate stepped back into the ring for the first time in 5 years, challenging Chase Demore for the Misfits heavyweight title at Misfits Mania at the duty-free tennis stadium in Dubai, UAE. And after a decent early start, Tate quickly began to fade and was ultimately outworked by the bigger, younger opponent, losing by majority decision. Speaking at the post-fight press conference, Tate addressed the loss and revealed that, for the first time in his career, he felt fear in the lead-up to the fight.
Yeah, obviously I didn't get the result I wanted, but truthfully the result I wanted was to see if I could still do it. But I didn't quit, never give up, never retreat, never surrender, fight to the end, go out on your shield. Time is the fire in which we all burn. But I gave it my absolute all, and I have nothing but respect for Chase. I have no excuses. He was the man who won. He deserves this victory. Truthfully, completely, and honestly, I'm actually very proud of him. And I'm glad to know that Misfits have a true champion, because he is a true champion. So I'm not disappointed in myself. I don't operate from that frame. The only way I would be disappointed in myself is if I was too scared to fight at all. And everyone said, Andrew, you're 40 years old. You just got out of jail. You've been through so much. You have so many problems. There's so much going on. Why would you do this? Why would you risk it all? Why would you get in there? And I felt a tinge of fear for the first time in my life. And that's when I knew I had to fight. Because the second I felt afraid, I knew I had to fight. I can't live doubting myself. Seeds of doubt grow into forests of inaction. I don't operate that way. If Chase and I had to fight again tomorrow, I'd go tomorrow still with 100% belief in myself, even though I know he just beat me. That's who I am. The second I knew that, I was worried about it, I knew I had to do it. And I'm not afraid to lose. I'm afraid to not try.
The MMA community did not hold back, with many fighters and fans claiming Tate was finally exposed. Sean Strickland wrote, "Told you all Andrew Tate was a bitch. ISKA champion means nothing. Least he's exposed now." Michael Bisping said, "This is hilariously bad." Kevin Lee tweeted, "Do y'all believe us now when we say Andrew Tate could never fight?" Leah McCourt said, "This fight's going exactly like I knew. Chase is so bad, Tate is marginally better, but in all his videos he only body spars. Both tired, not a great fight. I officially call out the winner of this fight." Darren Till, who was in attendance and had been campaigning for a fight with Tate, left the arena midway through the bout. Till later gave a brief interview with Charlie Parsons, offering his reaction while appearing visibly intoxicated.
I've given my life 20 years to this sport. I started myself on pure striking martial arts. I consider myself one of the best striking martial artists on the world. And then a pair of numpties like that call me out and I'm sat ringside. I have to leave because it disrespects everything I believe in, everything I've trained for. It's just, what am I watching? I'm actually unlearning as I'm watching. So yeah, what?
Tony Ferguson also competed on the card, facing Warren Spencer. Despite being 41 years old, Ferguson looked like his vintage self in the ring, putting Spencer under immediate pressure. Spencer struggled to find clean shots on Ferguson early, and then nearly got stopped in the second round as Ferguson unloaded big shots, dropping him. But Spencer battled back and the match turned into a dogfight, with Spencer hurting Ferguson in the fourth round and Ferguson nearly knocking Spencer out in the final seconds of the bout. Tony was ultimately awarded a unanimous decision victory by the judges. Many fans have speculated about how an MMA clash between UFC welterweight champion Islam-Makhachev and PFL lightweight champion Usman Nurmagomedov might play out, and now we have a glimpse. Footage has surfaced showing Makhachev sparring with Usman during his training camp for UFC 322, where he faced Jack Della Maddalena. Here are the top 3 memes found on the internet. Number 3 meme was posted by MMA on Point. Number 2 meme was posted by ACD MMA. And number 1 meme was posted by Acceptable Ad. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest MMA news.